Yeah, guys, thank you for checking me out and subscribing to my channel. I mean, it's been just a short time, but we have more than 300 subscribers and we need to do more. So don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget, once you subscribe, it tells me to do more and then I create more content for you. So guys, today I'm talking about 2023 document to get your work permit and to be able to teach in Vietnam. So, you know, every year has its own document. So for some years back, they didn't require C1, but then in 2023, these are the documents that you need to be able to teach in Vietnam. So number one is your legalized Tertiary University Certificate. So for instance, if you get a Bachelor of Art English Education, Bachelor of Art Math Education, a legalized document. So that is document number one. You need your pedagogical certificate. That's number one. Number two is legalized Tesol or Tefl certificate. That's document number two. You need to get it legalized. And then number three is your legalized C1 certificate. Legalized C1 certificate. I'll come and explain why I'm saying legalized. Then the next document is a police check report from your home country or from Vietnam. I'll come and talk about that one too. And then the third one is legalized experience certificate, if there is one. Legalized experience certificate. So these are basically, the list of documents that you need to teach in Vietnam. Now let me take them one after the other. So number one is your legalized or your pedagogical certificate. So that is your Bachelor of Arts English Education, Bachelor of Arts Frontier Education, BEd English Education. This is what is needed. So for instance, do you necessarily need English education to be able to teach here? No. So you can come here with any other certificate, provided you have gone through a 4-year degree program. You can come here and then teach. However, if you have English specialization like Bachelor of Art or BEd English Education, is an added advantage, and I think you can get work faster than somebody who has got, let's say, different degree but has also completed. So that's it. Diploma. If you have a diploma, can you use a diploma to teach here? No. Diploma is not recognized. You need to come here with a degree. However, I hear there are certain HN, Higher National Diploma, which is also done for 4 years, and that's equivalent to a degree. So I think that one is allowed. When your certificate it can equal a degree, I think that's okay. And that's it. You need to get this certificate legalized. So usually, for instance, if you're a Ghanaian, you need to take them to Ghana Foreign Affairs Embassy. They will run a check and conduct and see that the certificate belongs to you. Once it's done, they will stamp it, and that is it to be legalized in your home country. And then you can send it to the Vietnam Embassy. But in Ghana, my country, we don't have the embassy there. I know that in Zimbabwe they don't have it. In Uganda they don't have it. That means that you have to send it to the nearest country where they have the Vietnamese embassy. And I think the cost for that more is around $400. It shouldn't be more than $400, depending on certain circumstances. It can be lesser depending on a number of factors, but I think it shouldn't be more than $400. So don't let anybody charge you $1,000, because I've heard someone being charged $1,000 for legalization of document. It's a no-no. So that's it. And even it can be lesser. It can be very less depending on further circumstances. I'm using 400 because I'm looking at all circumstances. It should never exceed 400 USD. So that's it. Once you have this document authenticated, you are good to go. So now let me talk about the legalized Tesol or the Tefl. So Tesol or Tefl stand for is teaching English to students of other languages and teaching English as a first language. And we have CELTA and a whole lot of them. So it takes you through the process of how to be able to teach English to somebody who doesn't have English as a first language. So for instance, most of these countries are like, for instance, Ghana. English is our official language, and so you learn English from basics to whatever. But then when it comes to Asia, especially Vietnam, people here are new to English. If you've been following my channel, you can see how it's difficult talking to the people, and so they are now trying to make the kids learn English. And so some of them they have no understanding of English, and so you don't just teach English in abstract. You need to teach English with so many things like teaching English using TPL, like sign language, a combination of a whole lot of things for them to understand you and follow what you are saying. And so that is why you need to take that course. It's very important. Now, once you have that certificate, but that course should take you, is basically online. It should take you like at least 1 month to go through it, write the exams, and then get your certificate. And then after, you need to legalize that too, in addition to your university certificate, and do same at the Vietnam Embassy, and you are good to go. So my next one is the Cambridge English. Did I mention Cambridge? So it's C1. So C1 tests your understanding, your fluency of English, and your listening. Can you speak English very well, clearly? Can you listen to English instructions? And that is the C1. So C1, the most popular among them is the Cambridge English. You are supposed to write it sometimes at the British Council. You go there and then you write it. However, some countries are also able to write it online. But don't forget, you can't cheat because it's very difficult. They have a system to checkmate you so that you can cheat. And that's it. It's not difficult, but hey, if you are not careful, you can fail it. You can write like 3 times before you can get the C1. So that's it. And it's not very expensive. It's not very expensive. And when you have that certificate too, you also have to legalize that too in your home country and in other countries. Fortunately for Ghanaians, you go to the Ghana Foreign Affairs, they can legalize all 4 documents for you. I mean, the Cambridge English, the Tefl, Tesol, your pedagogical certificates, and all the certificates. But in other countries, it's not done like that. For instance, if you take the Tefl, if the company is based in UK, you have to get it legalized in UK. So Ghanaians, we are a bit lucky. Other countries like Uganda, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, they don't do it for them. So we are a bit fortunate. So that's it. And then the next one is your criminal record, police report for short. Police report for short. So if you are in Ghana, you go to the police headquarters in Accra, and then you have that done. So once you have that done, you add it and you legalize all of them. However, certain provinces in Vietnam, they don't accept the Ghana police report. It's not what I'm saying is not a fact, please. It's not a fact. It's something I've heard. It's not a fact. Yes. So it's not 100%. Yeah. So mostly, for instance, I came here with the Ghana police report, but I was made to do a fresh one in Vietnam. So that's it. Sometimes you can decide not to do that. When you come here, you can do it. And then medical report. So medical report too. That one you can do some from your home country, but that one too. Here I heard some provinces do not accept that. They want you to go through their clinic and then have the test done here. As to mine, I did a new one here. I did that too from Ghana, but I did a new one here too. So take note and have all these documents legalized. So the key word is legalized. You can have the certificate, but you need to have the legalized one to be able to work. So you get soft copies you can scan them of your certificate, and then you print it out as hard copies, send it to the Ghana Foreign Affairs. They will cross-check, they will run a check, and then they will legalize it for you. Then you send that one to Nigeria, and it will be legalized at the Vietnamese embassy. That becomes your original certificate, and you can have your original certificate too there. Which one is there? Because if you go to other countries, you'll be compelled to use your original, but that becomes your original. So in case you have any problems, don't hesitate to reach out to me. But before you reach out, make sure you have subscribed to my channel. I sometimes don't get it when people come to me for help and they find it very difficult subscribing to my channel. I just don't get it. I don't get it. You watch my video, you like it. Yours is to just motivate me by subscribing so that I can do more videos. You won't subscribe. That means you don't like my content. Yet you want me to help you. I'm not taking money from YouTube. And hey, that's just by the by. So guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and support me with that. So guys, these are the documents you need to get to be able to get a work permit. Don't forget, if you don't have any of these documents, you can't get a work permit to work in Vietnam. And now that Vietnam has become the new Asian home for foreigners, admitting a number of foreigners, and a whole lot of Chinese, a lot of teachers who taught in China are now back here. Teachers from across the globe, because Vietnam is, there is a low I mean, life is very easy here. Things are cheap, and then once you teach, you make some good money here. And so it's important that, I mean, you also try and abide by their rules and regulations. So guys, I'm keeping this video very short. So this video is about how to get a work permit, how to get the document you need to get a work permit in Vietnam. Guys, don't forget to reach out to me anytime you feel like reaching out. Thanks. It's a wrap for today.